how to do this. I'm trying to like... Oh, it's old school.
Yeah, proper like, you know what you used to wear at school? The tortoiseshell ones. Did you have like a tortoiseshell one?
Still old school.
Yeah.
I want to wear it like there, like Minnie Mouse. Like,
Why don't
hey.
you? Does that look silly?
I don't have a lot of hair. It might not be enough to... Quite like it, actually. Might start with it. Hi guys, today's video is going to be all about Christmas traditions. So we're going to talk about things that we did maybe when we were kids, what we do now, how things change, and just our favourite stuff to do at Christmas, I suppose. So do you want to kick off? What are your like favourite traditional memories as a child?
Favourite memories as a kid? Oh, I suppose we could go like right back to, you know...
Right back to birth, I suppose. If we, well, I was born at Christmas.
It was
magical time.
I wasn't born at Christmas. So Christmas traditions. So, do you have any Christmas traditions?
Well, my main tradition that I would say, because we always go to my mum and dad's for dinner, ever since I was tiny.
Ever since you were tiny? What, you mean you lived away from home when you were born?
I would make the trip from upstairs to the dinner table. That's my main tradition. It's all to do with my parents, really. We haven't got a massive family. We always go there for dinner. The same people always come. It's not a big thing. It's just very, very close relatives. And on Christmas Eve, we go around and get a Chinese. We have Christmas pyjamas from my dad.
That's a really sweet tradition.
I like that.
I like it.
Ever since we were little, my dad would give us, we always used to have matching pyjamas, me and my brother. It's 5 years apart, and we were a boy and a girl. We had matching, they were normally tartan. Anything you can't really get tartan pyjamas anymore. Because
you probably can in Marks and Spencer's.
Where do you think he buys the things? Marks and Spencer's. Marks and Spencer's is where they come from. And the kids get like frozen pyjamas and stuff now.
And you like, I want frozen pyjamas.
I actually always prefer what he buys for Lee. I'd rather have the men's pyjamas. They look really comfortable. But yeah, I remember as a kid they were always tartan, and he's really struggled to find tartan pyjamas for my kids.
Oh, he's gonna have to go to Scotland.
He needs to go online shopping, that's what he needs to do.
Yeah.
So we do our pyjamas, and I get changed there, and then I used to walk home in my pyjamas because I lived really close.
You don't sleep there, do you?
No.
You sleep, so you go around there and then you walk home in your pyjamas?
I used to because I lived around the corner.
Oh, but like you drive?
Not now. Well, no, now we drive.
Now you have to drive.
But yeah, I actually put my pyjamas on and we have our Chinese, and I really like that. The Christmas Eve is my favourite. I don't even care about Christmas Day.
Do you know, I love the run up to Christmas.
Yeah.
That's the best thing for me. When you go around and see all your family and all your friends, and you go and take gifts, and you go to like events and things, that you know, like ice skating and all that kind of stuff. Not that I can ice skate. I can't ice skate, but you know, I like the thought of ice skating. But all the Christmases that go to the shopping centres when they're all done up, and I like that.
It's the festive season.
Yeah.
But that's why people will be going, oh, you know, you can't do this in November and you can't do blah, 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 blah. Because that's my favourite part, I want to extend it as much as possible. So I put my tree up early, I do everything, because come Christmas Day, I'm ready to take all the decorations down.
Oh, I'm the same.
I'm done
I was the same last year. Last year I thought, I went a bit like bar humbug. On Boxing Day I was like, it's got to go now.
Because you just want your house back. And everything looks untidy and you want to have a proper clean of everything.
But do you think that's maybe because we've extended it?
Probably. But I would rather... I feel like I wouldn't want... You know, people have their Christmas trees up, like, into the new year. That would drive me insane.
No,
it's not Christmas anymore. Once Christmas Day's done, it's not Christmas anymore. At all. Although it will be different this year because you guys are coming to us for New Year. And so I'm thinking that I'm going to leave my decorations up. It's kind of a Christmas party. So on New Year's Day, I'm going to be sat here like, I can't believe my Christmas tree's in my living room.
It's all Em and Chris's fault.
This is the worst. So that's probably another tradition, is I almost every year take down my Christmas tree on Christmas Day.
Oh. Well, for me, we don't have, the only tradition is that we have Christmas Eve, we go for a curry every year.
Similar.
Yeah. I don't know where this came from. It's been in the last probably 10 years, I would say. We didn't have any traditions as a kid. I never had any, other than we used to go to my nan and granddad's every Christmas Day. But no other traditions that I can think of as a kid specifically. But it's as I've got older, like I say in the past 10 years, we have a Christmas curry, and then when we get home, we open one of our presents. That's a tradition.
On Christmas Eve?
Yeah, open one of our presents on Christmas Eve. Usually that's the smallest one.
I feel like I had a present to open. My mum, though, was like totally indulgent. Looking back, I can't believe we're not like complete dickheads. Because she was so indulgent to us that we would have New Year's Eve presents.
What? I idea. I need that idea.
We got presents on each other's birthdays. Like
each other's. So somebody else. So
on my
birthday,
my brother would get a present. What? And you know, I'd get more presents obviously, but he would get a token present for my birthday and vice versa. And Ella said to me this year, "Will I be getting a present on Miley's birthday?" And I thought, yeah. As a kid, we weren't allowed to like run downstairs at 5 o'clock in the morning. 7:30 at the earliest. At the earliest, and we had to wait for my dad to have a shower.
Didn't you go into their bedroom and open presents on the bed and stuff? That's what we used to do.
Oh, that sounds like a Disney film.
My life was a Disney film.
And you just bounded onto your parents' bed and be like, "Mother, Father, it's Christmas morning."
No, I think I just did that because I wanted my Barbie penthouse suite.
Now.
I just need to open that present
and
now.
Someone needs to make it for me right now. I don't care if it's going to take you 6 hours. Build it.
Let's talk about the best present that you had as a kid. Do you remember the best present you had as a kid?
You know, I don't know. I remember not getting a Mr. Frosty maker. My mum bought one when I was 21.
Chris had one for his 30th.
It wasn't that great.
Because he missed out as well.
Oh, I know what my favourite present was. Game Boy.
Oh.
It was it was yellow, it had Donkey Kong on it. And this is like a proper old school Game Boy. It's the one, it didn't have colour, it didn't have a backlit screen. I had a big magnifying screen attachment that lit up. So you could play. Oh, I loved it so much. I was talking about this to Lee only recently. I was seriously considering buying a Game Boy.
You'd probably get on eBay for like £5.
Because I loved it so much. I used to play Pokemon and stuff later. That kind of gives away how long I used to play Game Boy for. Like,
It's not that long ago.
I got another Game Boy when I was about 22 at Christmas.
I remember I got for one Christmas a Nintendo, but the very old school Nintendo 32.
Wow. Well, like, not like a Super Nintendo.
No, this is before.
Earlier than that?
Earlier than that.
Was it like a 32-bit?
Yes.
That's what you used to sell on the same
Yeah, and it was grey, big grey box with the thing that you used to open it to put the big cassette in it. And it used to have like Super Mario on it and Duck Hunt, the shooting game with the orange gun.
My friend had that and she had Kirby's Dream Land and I loved that game so much. It was like floating around and stuff, but Duck Hunt was brilliant.
Yeah, but I remember I used to have the telly with you didn't have a remote, you used to have to go and tune it in with the stick. Do you remember those?
A stick?
A stick. Does anybody remember? Maybe
I had a tuner knob.
Yeah,
I had a black and white TV at one point because my TV broke and I found it in the loft. And it was cream. And it was like about this big, and it had a little dial, and you couldn't even preset the things. You had to tune it into every channel individually and figure out what channel that might be.
Yeah, no, I had like a dial thing, but I remember there was one thing. I used to have like I suppose it was like a stick, but it was kind of like a key thing. You used to put it in and twiddle it.
So that's the same,
to tune it. Yeah, that's how old we are. That's how old.
Do you know what though? You say that because I think this all the time. Like, God, I can't believe how many things have happened in our lifetime. But I don't feel like that will ever happen again to another generation. That they'll go from having so little technology or such remedial technology to technology that can literally do anything.
No, you're right, actually.
I feel like we have seen such a massive change.
And that's nice, actually. I like that we've seen all that.
Because we totally appreciate Google. We remember what it was like not to have Google. We remember having to remember things. And being like, I know what I saw that person on.
We were in a little like vintage shop and we were having like a cream tea and stuff. We were in a library bit and I was like, there's an Encyclopedia Britannia behind us. Do you remember those?
Do you remember Encarta?
Yeah.
Encarta was basically Google and it was updated. I don't know, you could buy a new one every 6 months with more information on it or newer information. And it was basically an encyclopedia, but it was on your computer. Encarta was like, it was like the most well looked after thing. My mum bought it and it was like, I remember, do you know what? I remember going to the bank with my mum for a loan to buy our first computer.
Yes, we did as well. We did as well. And it was massive. And I remember like, because my mum was very like savvy with money. And I remember saying to my dad, well, I need a computer for my schoolwork. I need it. And my dad was like, we're going to get her one. And got me this big, massive computer. If I look at it now,
it's insane, isn't it?
Oh my God.
I loved that.
And it used to take like forever to load.
But it didn't matter because you had all the time in the world.
Yeah.
You had all the time that computer needed.
Yeah. But if you were to do that now, you'd just be like, oh, for God's sake.
I know. Kind of off the topic of traditions.
It is, isn't it?
That's the way with all of our videos like this. We have an idea and then we talk about something completely different.
But I remember remember actually when we're talking about presents, best presents. I also remember getting a Little Miss makeup. Do you remember Little Miss makeup?
No.
No, it was one of the best presents that I'd had. Am I boring you?
No, I'm trying. No, stealth yawn. It was my nose. My nostrils flared.
No, it was a doll, like I don't know, yay big, and that her makeup used to come on. If you put cold water on her, her makeup used to wipe off, and then if you put hot water on, her makeup used to appear again. I love that doll.
Do you know what? That's genius from a parent's perspective. Something where they think that they're colouring or putting makeup on something where there's actually no mess involved whatsoever. Brilliant. Colour change stuff. Milo's got some cars forever in the bathroom making a right mess, water everywhere, because he's like, hot, cold, hot, hot, cold. And he'll come in and be like, look what colour it is now! And then go in and be like, look what colour it is now! It's, everything like that is brilliant. But I kind of vaguely remember having Barbies that did that.
Oh yeah. Did you ever have a Barbie that you did that with her arm and her hair grew? Did you?
I wish that really happened. Wait.
You go like that and her hair grew?
No.
Oh, you need that! That's what you need! Yeah, I had one of those Barbies. I'm trying to think what other presents I had, like nostalgic presents. Popples. I remember I had a Popple. Yeah, Popple. It was like a cuddly toy, and then you used to be able to turn it inside out and it was like in a little sleeping bag.
That sounds
No?
I don't remember Popples.
Do you remember Flower Fairies?
Yes.
Yes, good.
Good. Okay.
Do you remember O Penny?
Oh, I don't think so.
O Penny. It's like Polly Pocket.
Oh,
but
that's what I felt like when you said O Penny. I felt like
slightly
it would be
bigger than Polly Pocket. Polly Pocket was in your pocket. O Penny was that. Like,
have you seen Polly Pocket these days? I feel like we've also had this conversation actually on camera. I feel like we maybe.
I think so.
I think we did this
as a nostalgia.
when the 80s thing. But Polly Pocket is not pocket. Polly Pocket herself is about this big. So you could
Polly Pocket has expanded.
Polly Pocket's massive.
That's not Polly Pocket.
Polly Pocket, like you can get a Polly Pocket house that's like this big.
No.
Like that's like a hotel.
I remember
Polly
what
Pocket.
Polly Pocket used to be when I was little.
She was like entirely losable.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's probably, well, for a few different reasons, but I think probably they couldn't sell it to as many kids because they're so small. So you probably had to be like 16 or something to have it because of the choking hazard.
Yeah.
Every tiny little thing that came with it was absolutely minute, but that was the point. I loved my Polly Pocket.
Polly Pocket.
So
no,
much.
O Penny for me and Sylvanian Families.
I wanted to get into Sylvanian Families, but it was very expensive.
They were expensive, but I remember I only had a couple. I think I had like a badger and a sort of hedgehog or something. I can't even remember now. But I used to go around to my cousin's because she had everything. Like everything.
All the Sylvanian Families.
In her bedroom, and I was just like, wow. So I used to take my little badger and hedgehog and like
to
come and play in her Sylvanian family treehouse or something. But yeah. Oh. This has gone into nostalgic Christmas present toys, hasn't it? I feel like this
it's just Christmas chat.
Christmas chat, yeah.
We can't stay on the topic at all.
No.
Ever. And do you know what I wanted? The big Playmobil house. It was like a mansion.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that was £100, and I remember every year my mum wanted it more than me. She's actually got a doll's house now. That was quite expensive, like a doll's house, an adult
doll's house
that she's
just
like she decorates it at Christmas.
Like part works. Like
you get all the like little bits and pieces for it. It's like everything's to scale.
Yeah.
It's the creepiest thing you've ever seen. It's like like Tudor style.
Yeah.
And it's all a bit higgledy-piggledy, and it looks like stuff comes out of it at night.
Probably does.
It's creepy. But yeah, she like puts fake snow on it and lights and stuff at Christmas. Loves it. She used to make food for the little bakery. So she definitely wanted this Playmobil house for herself as much as she did for me. But I remember every year she was like, can't believe it's still £100.
I can't believe it.
Can't believe they haven't made it more affordable.
Prices of kids' toys today is insane. I mean,
I
haven't got Simpsons.
It's like £180 or something ridiculous.
God, flipping heck. I mean, I haven't got kids, but I have kids to buy for. And when I go shopping, and I'm like, excuse me, how much? How much for that? It is crazy.
It is a supply and demand situation, I suppose. If we keep paying it, then they'll keep putting the prices up.
Oh, true.
It's insane. And then it always reminds me of Jingle All the Way, the film with
Arnie.
Yeah, I want to say Sylvester Stallone. That's wrong. Yeah, Jingle All the Way, where he couldn't get that toy
Yeah.
And people were like trying to charge. It's that all the time. It's the thing that kids want and the thing that you can't get because...
What is the in toy this year? Do you know?
I feel like a couple of years ago it was the Furby when the Furby came back.
Yeah. 1 year it was Buzz Lightyear. I remember that, wasn't it?
That was a while ago.
Was that, well, you know, I don't really tend to buy a lot of kids' presents.
Buzz Lightyear though, that's got to be like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So 1 year is 1 year is Tamagotchis.
Do you know, I read today that Elf was 12 years old.
No.
Elf is 12 years old, the film, not an elf.
No. Hello? Hello? I feel like that might have been our cue to wrap this up. So I'm going to go, but I did want to share, since it was supposed to be traditions and stuff, I did want to share one last one because I thought it was so nice. Just something the other day, I forget what it was, but it reminded me of it. And I knew we were going to make the video, so I thought, going to mention it, because I always thought, as an adult, I've looked back at it and thought, it's obviously so much nicer than I even understood at the time. But when I was a kid, I'm trying to think how old I was when my granddad died. I think I was about 12, 13. So I'm trying to think how young I was when he used to do this. But every year at Christmas, I used to get my normal presents from my grandparents, but he used to give me a stocking. And it was only little, it was about this, and it was like woolen, so it's stretchy. And all year, he used to collect things for the stocking. So it wasn't something that he filled for the sake of filling it. All year, from all the different places that they would go, he would pick something little up from these different places that he thought would be good for the stocking. So it took him 12 months to fill the stocking.
That's so nice.
And then he would sit, and I would have my normal presents and stuff, but he would sit and like, I would go through it and he would watch me open the little things that he picked out for me.
And talk about.
I think that was I probably did not appreciate at all what that actually was as a kid. But now, looking back, that's such a nice thing.
Yeah.
And it's definitely something that I will always remember, that we couldn't open our Christmas present from our grandparents till like later in the day, but that's the thing that I had. As soon as they got there, he gave me this thing. And I think stuff like that I really enjoy as an adult, putting a little bit more thought into something and like really...
But it's nice because it's those memories that you treasure.
Yeah,
as well.
completely. But yeah, and Elf on the Shelf.
Oh, Elf on the Shelf.
Which is a new tradition, but I would highly recommend it. Elf on the Shelf is awesome.
Not really for me.
Elf on the Shelf. Why not? You could do it for Chris.
Oh my god! I'm going to get an elf and call it Chris.
Yeah!
The Chris.
Do you know what? I think our elf is called Chris.
Is it?
Yeah. I think he is. I'm going to find it because the book will say his name in the front of it, and I swear I think it's Chris. Christopher.
Well, yeah, that is Chris's real name.
I think that's what Ella called him. Chris.
It's going to have to be the Chris now.
The Chris.
The Chris.
Oh, Elf on the Shelf is awesome. If you don't know about it, you've got to Google it because it's awesome. But we've actually got 2 elves this year.
Have you?
Yes. A girl elf has joined us.
Oh!
Or will be joining us on the 1st of December.
Christine.
Perhaps. Christine. Christingle.
Christingle.
But yeah, I don't know. I just like everything Christmas. Completely. I like traditions and I like the whole season. So we could probably just talk about this all day.
We could.
And might. Maybe there'll be a part 5.
We've missed out so much stuff, like, especially for you, like nativity plays. What else?
Do you know what? You don't do nativities anymore.
No?
No. They don't do nativities anymore because it is a religious thing.
Oh, I was going to say because it's just things gone mad.
No,
you know, like
it's a
health and safety.
No, it's not.
Mad.
It's not health and safety. It's politically correctness and stuff because they don't do nativities. They don't. They do a Christmas show. And so all the classes do something, and it's normally a song. I
still love the nativity. I was always like a donkey or something.
I know. I was never
the triangle
main player. I was always in the choir at the back.
And those things, do they still have them at school with the bells on? No, you know.
Bells.
Ching, ching.
Just
they're just bells, yeah.
There's things with the bells.
The bells. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Oh, and the thing. And what's that thing that looks like a woodlouse, and you go.
Like,
yeah, what are they called?
I would say it was called a block.
Yeah, I used to have that. Me bells.
It's like, okay, Emma, that's enough. It's February, stop it.
I think that's a fundamental part of a nativity play, the music.
Yeah, and the people just going because they can't do anything else.
I was never Mary though, never Mary.
No.
I was never an Angel Gabriel.
Did you ever see Flint Street Nativity?
No.
Because that is hilarious. It's quite old now, but it was oh God, who was in it? Dervla Kerwin. It was kind of that time, you know, when Bally's Angel was really.
Oh yeah.
Around that time. Frank Skinner was in it. Loads of famous people and comedians, and they played the kids, but they also played the parents.
Oh.
And it was the kids, so they were in like an oversized borrowary.
Yeah.
They were in an oversized place.
That sounds
And
really
it was
cool.
all about, they were having this nativity, and like there were two girls that were fighting over being Mary. It's brilliant.
Do you go to pantomimes?
No, I don't like pantomimes. I remember them being so scary when I was a kid. You know when the bad guy comes out?
Yeah.
I remember vividly I don't know what the pantomime was, but it was a rat, and everything went dark, and there was green
rat?
smoke. Yeah, there was green smoke around him, and I was
Puss in Boots.
scared.
Maybe it was Puss in Boots.
I was scared, so I've never taken my kid. Ella's been with school, but I've never taken them because I found them really scary.
Oh no, I used to like him. I'm like, boo, he's behind you.
See, Milo takes stuff really seriously though.
Oh,
If
right.
we go to the cinema and he goes
No,
like,
he's really behind you.
if Milo goes to the cinema, he's going, yeah, he's getting him! And, like really loudly and like clapping and stuff because he thinks it's live action.
But that's the point. They want kids to get involved.
But I don't want them to be scared.
You just don't want to go.
I'm scared. I don't want them to be scared. It's a little bit like the circus. I never liked the circus because of the snakes. And I know they don't have animals anymore, but I still don't want to go to the circus.
Oh.
Because stuff put me off as a kid.
The last time I went to a circus, I think I was about 8 years old, and this is completely off topic. It's not Christmassy at all, but I was 8 years old.
Christmas circus.
Let's say it's a Christmas circus. Let's say it's a Christmas circus, and I was about 8 years old. My brother was just, I think he was about like 6 months old or something. We went to the circus, and then you know they have like the dwarfs, and they do like standing on. People lay on like a bed of nails, and the dwarf would stand on the person. My dad got picked to do that, but my mum had to leave because my brother was crying, so she had to go sit back in the car. But
So you were on your own, like, oh my God, my dad's gonna die.
No, I was, no, it wasn't
He's gonna
that.
be killed on a bed of nails.
It wasn't that. I was quite excited that he got picked. Not that. I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe they picked you. And like, you had to lay on this whatever bed of nails and whatever, and it was all fine. He was fine, by the way. At that time.
Awkward.
Yeah, awkward. Not anymore. He's passed away now. But yeah, it wasn't.
That's not. Wasn't related.
Circus. Wasn't
The circus didn't kill him.
Where am I going with this story? Anyway, so he got picked, and then after the circus had finished, I ran to the car because I was so excited to tell my mum that my dad had got picked. I fell over, and I cut my leg so badly that I had to go and have stitches.
She got a leg so badly that she never went back to the circus.
I've never been back to the circus because the circus gave me stitches. I've still got the scar.
So there you go.
There you go.
Kids, it's dangerous. Circus, don't go. Really, really dangerous.
That's a really random story to tell
So-
on camera. But let's wrap it up, shall
Yeah,
we?
let's, because it's like 40 minutes long or something, and we could probably be using this time to film other videos.
True.
So yeah, I hope you enjoyed our Christmas ramble, which was not about what it was supposed to be about at all. But if you want to ramble in the comments and share some things with us, please do.
What are your
And,
traditions? Yeah, let's
yeah, tell us what your favourite actual traditions are, or just some random stories like where
What, from the circus?
what your favourite Christmas toys, all that stuff. But for now we will leave.
Let's leave.
Let's go.
Exit stage left.
And we will see you guys next week with another festive video.
Bye. That's going to be about.
I'm going to edit that well down.